Greetings, my friends, and welcome to the best worst guide on how to defeat Malenia as a melee character. You see, this is the best guide because with this guide you will be able to defeat her as a melee character, no matter what weapon or setup you use. It is not a specific strategy like use a great shield and a spear. Works, but I would have to respec my character for that. There is nothing like that here. With this guide you will be able to counter all of her moves and to kill her with any build you want to use as a melee character. For that reason we will be using dual greatswords and jump attacks only, which are extremely slow. If you want to go a more easy attempt, then I would prefer a weapon that is rather fast or has a lot of range, spears, for example. Any weapon really where you can roll and attack, not roll jump attack. Gives you a way better attack opportunity. This is also the worst guide possible because it took me roughly 2 hours to figure out this strategy. And to be honest, after 2 hours I was like, well, I want to record a guide somewhat. So I should do a perfect run, right? No hits. And it kept getting later and later, it kept getting more and more annoying. Whenever I made one single mistake, no matter how far I was into the battle, I would let myself get killed. And I kept getting tired and even more tired. So at one point I was like, okay, 7 hours, it's too much. I don't want to finish this on another day. This is a run, let's kill her. Ironically, this was also my worst run, so you will see the worst performance ever for a guide. Nonetheless, I will be able to explain you how to defeat her and how to counter her moves. So that is that. Now let's quickly talk about the setup I'm using. You see Bloodhound Step. Bloodhound Step is only for one single emergency, and that is if she jumps in the air and I am too close to run away. So if she does her sword dance, she jumps in the air, you run away for the first attack, you roll the second, and when she jumps in the air for the third, you release your target lock and roll straight under her. And you're fine. We all know that by now. But with a melee setup like this and a slow attack like the jumping attack, you won't get away. Like if you jump on her, hit her, and then she instantly jumps in the air, you won't get away. You have two options. The first one is the cooler one, and the one I prefer only because of the style of it, the Bloodhound Step. The Bloodhound Step is fast enough to get you away from Malenia as far as needed to dodge her first attack and to dodge her second. You know what I mean. But if you don't have the Bloodhound Step available for any reason, maybe you don't have it, maybe you use a weapon where you can use it, no problem. The shield is your best friend. Use any shield with 100% physical block and you are fine. When she jumps in the air and is ready for a sword dance, you walk backwards and you continue walking backwards for when you block, because then she won't be able to jump over your head. And you wait for your stamina to be as full as possible. When she starts her sword dance, you block, and you will be able to block her first sword dance move combo completely. You roll her second, roll under her when she does her third, you know the drill. The thing is, she regenerates a little bit of health. That's the downside of using the shield. The upside of using the shield is that you are more safe. The timing with Bloodhound Step depends on how far exactly you are away from her, thus making it not always possible to completely avoid the move. Sometimes you will get hit once. It's not that bad. Still, the shield is the safer alternative and she doesn't heal that much. Now let's get into the video. I will explain you the core mechanics of this fight. So the biggest core mechanic in the first phase that will also be there in the second phase is that she has two modes, fighting and walking. As you can see here, she is walking and not attacking. I walk towards her and instantly back, because if you walk towards her while she is walking, she will either not attack you, which will give you an opening to attack, or she will attack, but since like I only walk towards her and backwards instantly, if she attacks, that backwards walking will dodge her attack. If she doesn't attack, I turn around once again and hit her. If you do that, three things can happen. Only three things. The first thing is this. She casts an attack that dodges your move, but you will be fine. The second thing is she will cast any other attack, you will interrupt it. And the third thing that can happen is she will cast an attack with hyper armor, but you will see that later. Now you are in battle, which means you will dodge until either she is out of battle and starts walking again, or she uses a big move which will grant you an attack opening. Attack openings are many. You wouldn't believe how many attack openings she has, but it heavily depends on how fast you can attack with your weapon. Since I will also only be using the jump attack in this fight, we don't have that much of attack openings, but it is still more than enough. There you go, and here you see the attack. That is what will get me in this fight, because for some reason my brain refuses to let me dodge into that attack all the time. And basically, I don't know how often this attack gets me. Here you see me running towards her and backwards. In case she attacks, I will dodge it, and if she doesn't, I will jump on her. And the rest is just running around until she... There. You see, I really don't know why I don't dodge into that attack all the time. It is that simple, but I don't know, I was tired. Anyhow, there are a lot of attack opportunities that you can use. That attack with the combo that always gets me, that has a follow-up sideward slash. That follow-up sideward slash is really annoying sometimes because it can be delayed. But if you just roll into her when she does the first combination, here's the hyper armor. If you roll twice, you are out of range. That spell doesn't track backwards, meaning the distance she travels with that attack is always set from the beginning. You don't need to time your roll with that. I do it because, well, I'm lazy. I didn't want it to roll twice, but there again, I don't know. There. And if that last hit of that combo is delayed, it is another attack opportunity for you, but it is up to you to decide whether to use it or not. As always, if you want to heal in that fight, messed up the timing slightly. If you want to heal in that fight, you need to gain crucial distance so she won't be able to instantly attack you. That is always the case, even in the second phase, but you will see that later because we will heal a lot in the second phase, and I really apologize for that. I have a razor capture card. Anyway, you can outrun that move combo as well. You will see that in the second phase a lot. But that is basically it. You fight with her until you get an attack opening, you go backwards, and, well, either continue dodging, or you wait until she walks again, and then you test out whether she attacks you or not, and if she doesn't, you can attack her. Here, you see? I saw she didn't attack me, so... that's it. There is a specific distance. You will get a feeling for it once or twice she attacks you. Well, out of her walking, it is a spin attack. It is always the same attack. Now the second phase. In theory, the second phase is more easy than the first if you don't make as much as mistakes as I do here. It is horrible. And honestly, I would be ashamed to show this as a guide, but I'm playing another character right now. And as soon as I get to Malenia with that character, I will show you guys a good fight. There is your attack opportunity for the second phase. Right, in the second phase, you have a different kind of moving. And that moving is running. In the second phase, you will run a lot. And in the second phase, there are two attack opportunities for you. The first is the spin kick, and the second is all her big moves. That kick, and what you saw just now, is crucial. You trigger the kick on mid-range. If she kicks you, you need to be as far away as needed, as necessary to not get hit. Otherwise, you can't use the attack opportunity. You can't roll it and then jump attack. That's too slow. The reason for that is she has a follow-up attack. And if you do it too slow or don't hit perfectly to stagger her, that follow attack will hit you because the jump attack has a too high commitment. You won't be able to dodge out of the way. If you have a fast weapon with a, for example, stab attack like a spear or a katana, you can just run into her and stab her. Even if you don't stagger her, you can still roll her follow-up attack. With a jump attack, you can. So what you do is, you run away, and if she does the spin attack, you turn around so that you can position yourself perfectly, right? Not so like a slight curve, and once she's finished her kick, you jump into her and stagger her. That's the plan. And it is more important that you do your timing perfectly. Even if you don't hit her and don't stagger her, it is necessary to jump soon. As soon as possible, like you saw right now. Because if I didn't stagger her, her follow-up attack would come. And thanks to the fact that I jumped rather early, I would still be able to roll out of her follow-up attack. Yeah, and that's basically it, to be honest. There is this rule of thumb that I used for my mage guide video, and that applies here as well. As soon as she jumps in the air, you run away, and you are safe. A jump in the air, run away. And if you see that it might be the sword dance and you are not far enough away for that, then yeah, those guys, extremely annoying. I don't know why the Bloodhound step moved me forward here. It is really confusing for me, but well. As you see, running away. If that would have been her sword dance, I would have been safe. The sad thing is, you will see me not running away the 2 times she actually does her sword dance. I don't know why this fight specifically was so horribly bad from me, but it is what it is. I can't change it. Anyhow, you like you see here, there is not a single move you can't outrun. If she goes in the air, run. Just run backwards. And then she will do a big move with an attack opportunity, depending on however you whether you want to use it or not. There was one damn, I don't know what I got stuck on there, like that one. Well, anyway, as you can see, all stupid mistakes, right? All unnecessary hits that I get, and not a single attack that I didn't dodge at least once. So you can see all her attacks are perfectly outrunnable. When it comes to the explosions she does here, keep in mind that, like most bosses of most games, the animation is bigger than the frame that actually hits you. Meaning, when the explosion, the BAM moment is over, you can jump in there. The remaining mist doesn't hurt you. So it is really only a slight adjustment on positioning needed to escape the explosion. Here I wanted to test something out and I failed horribly. I wanted to reposition myself more to the center of the arena by dodging into her, which is possible. I know that by now. See, I didn't gain distance. I don't know why I stopped there. I mean, this one was fine, but I don't know. It is confusing. I did that the whole battle, but somehow Just stop doing it. I really don't understand myself. But well, like I said, I was tired. And there I fucked up the positioning. But yeah, well, as you can see, the explosion is not that big and you can stand outside of that explosion without any problems whatsoever and then jump in with the jump attack. It is perfectly possible. And there again, if I would have just used blood step like what do I say it? If I would have just spammed Bloodhound Step at that point, I would have escaped her attack perfectly fine. And yeah, that attack again. You see, I would have completely avoided that attack if I would just roll into her direction to dodge it. I think the fight will continue with that attack a lot, and I will still be able to dodge it perfectly fine a lot of times, or twice in a row. I don't know, you will, I think, if I remember it correctly at least. Let's see. There. See, it is that easy to dodge. I just don't, I don't know. For some reasons, I don't know, man. Maybe I was just tired, possibly. And here I thought, here was the point where I really thought about just getting myself killed again. Because I was really not satisfied with this run, right? I mean, it was a really shitty run, but I was so tired, man. Well, like I said, as soon as I can face her with the other character, I will upload a video of a better fight, and that's it. So, as you can see, in theory, the first and the second phase are really, really easy. You just walk away in the second phase. You wait for her big attacks, and that will give you an opening. By the way, the reason why I didn't use that opening at the beginning very often was because I was still not so sure if I wanted to keep this run. And like at the whole beginning of the second phase, I was like, do I restart? Do I restart? Do I restart? But well, slightly back pain still. Anyway, this should give you a rough idea on how to deal with all her attacks, and I hope it helped at least one or two of you. As always, do excuse my bad English, my voice is still a little bit cracked, so there's that. But anyway, I hope you have fun defeating Malenia. As much as this fight triggered me yesterday, that was only because I really wanted to do that perfect run. And if I am being honest right now, I can't wait to challenge her again. I don't know what it is. It is by far my favorite boss in the game. And I will create a character that stands before Malenia and will never defeat her. Just so I can enjoy that fight whenever I feel like it. Until then, I wish you a lot of fun in Elden Ring and against Malenia. And see you, I guess.